Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In this video, I will show you how to fill out your Schedule C form. It is obligatory for every Musi to submit a declaration using Schedule C at the end of every fiscal year. You have two options to fill out your form. You can go to online portal or you can fill out a PDF form. You can request your local Secretary Vasaya to provide you with your Schedule C form. You will receive a Schedule C form similar to this form, so let's look at this sample.
When you receive your C form, just make sure your personal information written on the top is correct, your name, Wasiyat number, your member code. The second thing that you need to check is that this particular section which says Rabwa account, Hisab updated till. So this Musi's account is cleared up to June 30th, 2024. And when you come to the second section, it says Rabwa arrears. So this Musi has no arrears. And in this section, it shows the Wasiyat start date. When we come down, it shows for the year 2024 and 2025, the Musi has paid $5,000. So when you're filling out the form, this particular section needs to be filled out. This would be the budget amount that you would write here. So what is that budget amount? It is the 1/10 of your income. So if this Musi was making $50,000 per year, then this Musi would pay $5,000 in Chanda Wasiyat as a rate of 1/10. So since he has paid $5,000, so he will just simply write down 5,000 here. So this is his declaration that this is what he was supposed to pay. Right here. And then when we come down, here on the bottom, you will tick mark, the information for the above year is correct. Please kindly update my record. Like this. For the income source, if he had a business, then he will just circle business here. And then he will just check his address and phone number and email if that is correct as well. And here the Musi will sign his name and write the dates. So this form is now complete. This is the simplest form. Basically, for 1 year, the declaration has been made that this is what he was supposed to pay. Now, because his payment was according to his income, and he has declared that he was supposed to pay $5,000, and now in his account, he will have no arrears or no excess either. So this is the simplest form. Let's look at another form. This form is similar. Here you will notice the clearance letter has been received. There's no arrears. And also when we come here, you will notice that it's showing 2 years. So this means that the Musi has not filled out his Schedule C form for 2 years. So he has to declare his Chanda Wasiyat for 2 years. Let's say if Musi was supposed to pay this amount during the year, then he will write the same amount here. Let's assume for the second year, his income had gone up and he was supposed to pay $5,000 in Chanda Wasiyat, whereas he has only paid $4,500, then he will write $5,000 here. Now what will happen is this Musi would be in arrears, so he will have arrears of $500 which he would have to pay. He has two options. One is that, first of all, he will tick mark this option. My account is in arrears. He can pay the arrears $500. He can just go to the portal and pay his Chanda $500 in Chanda Wasiyat arrears and write down that he has paid $500. And he will write the receipt number here and the date when he paid it. The second option is, let's say if the Musi does not pay his arrears right away, then the other thing he can say is, I will inshallah pay the remaining arrears within how many months. So he'll just write down, let's assume that he will pay his remaining $500 in 3 months. So we'll just write down 3 here. And next thing is that he will have to then choose the income source. Let's say he had a job, then he will just circle job here. And then his signature will go here and then date here. That's it. This form is complete. Let's look at another form. For this, same thing, the account is clear, there's no arrears, and the person has paid $120. Now, in this case, it is possible that this person is a student. If a person is a student and this was the amount they were supposed to pay, then they will just write down 120 here. Students have no minimum amount that they have to pay. It is 1/10 of pocket money that they receive. So this Musi was receiving $100 from his parents as pocket money. And on that $100, he was paying $10 for 1 month. And if we calculate over 12 months, then that would be 120. So he has paid what he was supposed to. And he will just tick mark here. Yes, my account is okay. The information above is correct. Please kindly update my record. Income source, he will circle student here. For student, he will not circle pocket money. He will say student here, and then signature and date. And this form is complete as well. Let's look at the next form. For this form, the account is cleared up to this. There's no arrears. And when we come down, we notice that for this year, 24-25, the Musi has paid 0. Now, if the person has paid 0 and they have decided that no, they're going to pay their arrears, let's say if their budget was $3,000, which they had not paid, then they will write down 3,000 here. And they will come down, they will say my account is in arrears. And same thing, they will either pay it right away and write down the details, like how much they have paid, and the receipt number and the date. And if, for example, they have partially paid their arrears, like 1,500 out of 3,000, they will write down 1,500 here. Remaining arrears, they will say, I will inshallah pay the remaining arrears within how many months? 1 month. And let's assume that this person had a business. So he will just tick mark business, sign and date. So this is a simple form as well. Let's go to the next one. In the next form, this is a form from a Lajna. Here it's clear, there's no arrears. Here, this member or this Musia had paid $300. Now, majority of housewives who have no source of income, like they are not on social assistance or they don't have pension and they're just receiving pocket money, the minimum amount they are supposed to pay $300. So she has paid $300. She will write down 300 as her budget. And this would mean that she would have no arrears and no excess. And here, she will say, yes, my information is correct. And then next, for the income source, she will circle pocket money. So pocket money is only for those people, mostly for housewives who have no other source of income other than pocket money. And the minimum rate is $300. And then we'll go down, sign and date. Okay, next form. Now this is another form where it seems this is a Lajna who is on pocket money. Let's assume that she is on pocket money and she was supposed to pay $300. Her account is cleared up to here. However, she has $125 arrears, which she was supposed to pay. Now, total amount that she has paid is $300 for the year 24-25. She has paid $125 in arrears. So right here. So this means this amount she has paid, and so this amount of 125 has been cleared because it is showing up here in this section. Now, what is left after the account has been paid, as far as the arrears have been paid, is $175. Since she is on pocket money and she was supposed to pay $300 for the year, she will write down 300 here. And because the net payment she is left with for that year is $175, so now she has arrears of $125 that she is supposed to pay, because $300 minus $175 is $125. So now she is in arrears of $125 again. So here she will click here, and then she will say either she will pay $125 and then write the receipt here and then sign and date. for some reason she's not able to pay and she wants to pay later, then she will write down in how many months she will pay the arrears. Next form. Now this is another form. Same thing. This is a Lajna member who is on pocket money. Let's assume that she is on pocket money. She's not on social or pension. Then her account is cleared up to here. She has arrears of $300. You will notice that during the year 24-25, she paid $300, from which she had paid $300 in arrears. So this amount. So she has cleared her $300 arrears. Now what she is left at the end of the year is only $0. Every year she is supposed to pay $300. So for this 24-25 year, she will write down $300. And now she is still in arrears of $300 because it's zero. She has paid zero for that year. And now she will tick mark the second option. My account is in arrears. I have now paid. Like she will either paid and then write down the details here, right here. Or if she's not paying right away, she can pay later on. Then she can say how many months she will pay this amount in. Pocket money we have already circled. Sign and date. Okay, next form. Next form, you will notice that this Musi, his account is cleared up to this. He has no arrears. However, he has paid for 24-25 zero amount. Let us assume that this person was on social assistance and he was supposed to pay $2,000 in Chanda Wasiyat. Then he will write down this amount here and he will circle social assistance and sign and date here. And of course, he will have to tick mark here then when he will pay his arrears of $2,000, let's say in 2 months. Anyone who is on social assistance or on pension, they cannot declare $300 as their Chanda Wasiyat. They must declare 1/10 of what they receive from social assistance or pension. $300 is not acceptable amount by anyone who is on social or pension. So be careful when you are declaring your amount Chanda Wasiyat here. Okay, let's look at the next one. So this Musi has 410 arrears, and when we come, he has paid nothing for year 2024, right? For this year, he's supposed to declare his Chanda Wasiyat. Let's assume he was supposed to pay 2,000. He will write down 2,000 here. And the Musi decides no, he's going to pay the arrears of $2,000 and also 410. So he goes online and pays his Chanda Wasiyat in total, like $2,000 plus 410. So he will write down, he will tick mark this and he will write down 2,410, which he has paid, and receipt and date. And then income source, let's say he had a job, so he will circle job and then sign and date. Next form. Now this Musi, his account is cleared up to 2024. He has arrears of this amount. And for the year 24-25, he has paid $1,200. And he has not paid or cleared his arrears because they're not showing up here, right? They were supposed to show up here, but he has not paid them. So for this 24-25, he still has to declare his Chanda. Let's assume that he was supposed to pay $1,200. We'll write $1,200. And then he goes and pays $1,240 and clears it. He goes online and pays his Chanda Wasiyat, meaning arrears. He will tick mark this, write the amount here, receipt here, and date here. And then let's assume he had a business, small business here, and then sign and date. That's it. Next form. This Musi, his account is cleared up to June 30th, 2022. His arrears are these. When we come here, he has, for 3 years, this Musi has not filled out his form. So let's assume he was supposed to pay for year 2022 and 23 1800, then he will just write down 1800 here. And for 23 24 he was supposed to pay 1800 here as well. He has paid 1700, so he's short 100. That would be his arrears. Now look at this year 24 25, he has paid 0 and he was supposed to pay 1800. So according to this year, 1800 is okay, 1800 is okay, so no arrears, 0 arrears. Here he paid 1700 and he was supposed to pay 1800, so 100 will be the arrears. And then the next year he has paid 0, so his declaration was 1800, so his arrears will be 1800. Now 1800 plus 100 is 1900, so that would be 1900 arrears, and also including this, that would be his total arrear amount. Then he will pay that amount, and if he pays the arrears, he will write down the amount here, receipt here, date here, and then if remaining arrears, if there are any left, then he will write down in how many months he will pay those. And then let's assume he had a business right here, and then the date, the sign and date. Next form. This form is showing lots of years right here, and the payment are 0. It seems that this Musi has probably come from another country. So when we look at the Rabah account, it says NA, meaning that we don't know when his clearance has been done. So we have no record, and it doesn't show if he has any arrears, and we don't even have his start date. So let us assume that this is a Musi who has recently come from Pakistan, and the Musi came in the fiscal year of 24-25, and he came in, let's say, in December. So for the 6 months he was supposed to pay Chanda Wasiyat. So here the Musi should write clearly when he came to Canada and from which country, these two things. And it should be clearly written, came to Canada in December 2024, and from where? From Pakistan. This way, Markaz will know that if he has properly calculated his Chanda Wasiyat, and also they will check their file and send any pending information to us for the next year. So, and then he will say, my account is in arrears. He will pay it, write down the receipt and the amount here. And then if the person had no social assistance and no job or any sort of any other assistance, then the person still has to pay Chanda Wasiyat, and it will say part-time job right here, and then sign a date. Next form. Okay. The next form is similar in a way that we don't have any information regarding his clearance. There's no areas, we don't know about this. One thing is that his start date of Wasiyat is 2024. So this means if the start is this, then if the start date is this, then we can ignore all these years. And we only have to look at this year. So right here. So let's assume that this was a student, and we'll write down his budget as 317. And then we'll say my account is correct, and then circle student, and then sign a date. That's it. So these are some forms that we have gone through. We have gone through some sample forms. So now we have covered multiple forms and how to fill them. If you have any question in regards to your Schedule C form, please contact your local Secretary of Wasaya and they will be happy to help you. Thank you. Jazakallah.